Here we go. What's it? Squad battles. We do need to play some squad battles, though. Should I play it? I should warm up a little bit. Oh, I changed the title. Doo doo. You know what time it is? Puts words in it. Chee. Need a better defender. What's that mean? Little warm up ski. Oh, you know what this? Oh, it's not muted.
Hello and a warm welcome on what is a glorious night for football. Perfect playing conditions. My name is Derek Ray, and sitting next to me here on the commentary gantry is the former Arsenal and West Ham United midfield man, Stuart Robson. And without doubt, a match with the potential to bring genuine excitement. Stuart, tell us about your pre-match thoughts. Well, this should be interesting today. I like the makeup of both teams. They really do have a good balance of attacking and defensive qualities. But the team that has the greater desire will probably come out on top. Losing possession. Well, here is the lineup for the hosts today. Tim Howard stands between the posts. Virgil van Dijk plays alongside Lisandro Martinez in central defence. And in attack, Darwin Núñez plays alongside Luis Suarez. Here's how it looks for the biggest snakes.
Well, the 4-4-2 system relies on good combinations all over the pitch. The front two...
Oh, hang on, Stuart, it's a chance.
It's not the best colorway combination.
Ashley Neville.
See who the opponent is.
Here's Paris. Joelinton. Snakes doing well to win it back. And nicely over the top. Opportunity. And defensive play to be applauded.
Nacho, let's run it. I see that type of stuff. Gotta monitor my.
Promising sequence. Christensen. It's with Joelinton. Not a particularly strong challenge, but he was on his toes to win the ball back.
Over-defend or over-commit to my movements.
A significant occasion for Virgil van Dijk as today marks his 50th appearance for the club.
He's done really well.
It's developing nicely for them here. Well, to feel after that was an opportunity squandered.
Well, from that position, it should be 1-0 now. Great chance for them.
Well, sloppy in possession from the Snakes. Messi, chance to cross. Oh, good defending to stop a decent-looking attack. Lionel Messi. And Lionel Messi has scored! The opening goal!
Golazo! Pinche. Golazo. Mucho. Começaste tu cabeça.
Not much power, but great accuracy. He made that look so easy, didn't he?
So the match has restarted. 1-0 here.
Yes, first try, first shot. We'll take it, man.
Christensen. And the ball with Pickford. Joelinton. Good move in the making this from Snakes. Well, that's how to put in a clean tackle. Beautiful pass. Adley. Is it going to be? And there it is! 2 goals in a matter of minutes. Incredible stuff.
Well, here we can see it again. Look at the way he glides past the defender to create space for himself. And from that sort of range, you'd be shocked if Suarez missed out. He just keeps showing.
I was so happy when Suarez came back. He had like a suspension, right, for a certain amount of time from the incidences, the bitings. Was it he was suspended from all of FIFA or just like I forgot what that was all about.
Almost at half-time, and they're making home advantage count, I think it's fair to say. Stuart, your thoughts?
Well, they're dominating this first half. Their approach play, their cleverness around the box and the finishing have been excellent. They just need to continue this going into the second period.
Oh, I'm supposed to keep running.
So the whistle then. We're at the halfway stage.
I'm supposed to keep running, man. me some real quick. Um, oh, San Diego had a big earthquake. And we felt that earthquake too. Hold on.
Because a lot of people may not realize this. If there were a really big quake with lots of damage, lots of injuries and deaths, you guys would not be able, it's not like someone can just pick up the phone and call 911 and say, hey, I cut my foot on glass, I need some help.
Yeah.
People are going to have to essentially be self-sufficient for a little while.
Yeah, and it's going to take some time for the first responders and the firefighters to make sure that they're safe too, to be able to do their job, and then not only do their job, but then get to your residence or wherever you're at. So there might be hazards in the road. There might be other 911 calls that happen at the same time. So preparedness and having those evacuation supplies, those first aid supplies, and being ready to be self-sufficient potentially for a couple hours after.
How long do you guys stay on scene after an earthquake of this magnitude happens?
Well, we keep our fire trucks out until we get an all clear from our dispatch. We
back underway
go
here
out to our
into the second
communities and do
half.
what we call a windshield survey. So we're making sure that we're looking at all the businesses and the buildings. And we go through the residential areas, seeing if there's any damage to the structure, seeing if there's any hazards like trees in the road or power wires down or anything like that. I know that the engineer up here in Julian, I saw them over at the school, so they were making sure that the kids were safe. And then they went through the town to make sure that our residents were safe as well.
And can you speak to the fact, because I think so many of us, we hear, 5.2, which is a considerable quake, but, we don't see a lot of damage. Do you think that really speaks to, how our buildings are built?
Yeah, and I know that the building codes have adapted to new earthquake regulations, and as time and technology progress, we continue to progress our building codes, and so I do believe that's one of the factors that we haven't seen any damage. I know Julian is a very old mining town here, so it has survived many earthquakes through its time, but thankfully there is no damage in Julian as of right now.
Well, that's always good to know. I do. Speaking on that, I do feel like there's a huge difference from when I was a kid, feeling the earthquakes and the big ones that I remember versus now, where we do have so many different things that have been put into place when it comes to our buildings and how they can,
And we got
react
better
and absorb,
notifications too,
the
better
actual
notification
earthquake.
systems,
So,
Yeah.
better detection.
Yeah.
We've come a long way, and we
More
appreciate you
preparedness.
joining us. I know that when this sort of thing happens, the
Okay.
fire department, CAL FIRE, all the different agencies are so busy. So we appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us, and we're glad that it sounds like everything is okay. We did speak with a woman who said that it caused a crack in her ceiling, so we might see kind of, superficial damage like that, but it sounds like no reports of major damage, major injuries, and for that we are very grateful.
We are too here at CAL FIRE and San Diego County Fire, and we're going to continue to serve the community and make sure that we mitigate any hazards and protect the lives.
All right, well, CAL FIRE Captain Mike Cornett, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
all right, let's get over to Paul Diano now
Ooh, right
for
in the
a look
corner.
at what you've been tracking for this earthquake. You kind of walked us through some of the aftershocks you've been feeling and what people, need to know about this particular earthquake.
Yeah, we'll kind of set the stage geographically first, then we'll get to some of the information, including talking about the Elsinore fault, which is a fault we don't talk about much. We are today. This is a list of the earthquakes that have happened over the past week, magnitude 2 or larger. You can clearly see a concentration in and around eastern and inland San Diego County. We'll get a little bit closer. The red dots, earthquakes that have happened over the past 1 hour. So from 10:46 to right now, there are 2 aftershocks that have happened over the past hour. A lot of yellow dots and a few big yellow dots. The bigger the dot, the bigger the earthquake. We had that magnitude 5.2 quake at 10:08. Guys, it sounds like I'm going back to you.
Okay,
All right,
Paul.
Thank you. I do believe we might have Linda Rangel on the phone right now. Linda, can you hear us?
Yes.
Hi, it's Kalina and Christine. I know Amy had mentioned earlier that she reached out to a friend of
Oh,
hers.
so
This
I
is my
won't
friend
play.
Linda.
Oh, this is your friend,
This is
Linda.
my friend Linda. She went to San Diego State. She lives in Escondido right now. And I had messaged you after I heard of the earthquake because I know you're not too far away from Julia and Ramona. You're familiar with the area. So can you just walk us through what you felt when it started shaking?
Yeah, so I live in the unincorporated rural area of Escondido. So we have a ranch house and then a second ADU structure that has a loft where I have an office that I work in. So I was just working, and I think people said that an alert went out, but I don't think there was enough time
Yeah,
for
my
me to
cousin.
actually get
All
an
right, so you can
alert.
download the
I
earthquake
was just
app.
working, and all of a
My
sudden
cousin said
everything
she
kind
got a
of
notification
started
quite
shaking, and
early.
because it's a pretty sizable structure, it was making a lot of noises and creaking, and my instinct was to just leave the building. I don't know if that was the right thing to do, but I didn't have any shoes on. I left my phone behind. I just got up and ran out, and since we live in kind of a country area, we have a pretty sizable clearing that I kind of ran out to because I wasn't sure how long it was going to last, but it has been a long time since I've felt an earthquake, so it definitely spooked me enough to get out.
You know, and we were talking earlier about being California native. She's from California as well. So I know, Linda, you're used to it. I know you have kids too. Were they with you? Were they in school? What can you tell us about what the school decided to do if they were in school? I know your husband's a teacher too.
Yeah.
Can you give us any insight on that?
So my husband's on staff at Mission Hills High School in San Marcos, and my kids are at a local daycare and at a local elementary school. So immediately once I felt safe enough to go back in and get my phone, I called my husband, and he was still under his desk. They were still being advised to stay under their desks. And then while I was speaking with him, the PA system, they were alerted to evacuate. So I know they
I know we
evacuated
didn't get
for
a
a
I
little
didn't get a
while.
notification from
I called my children's school, and the kids were spooked, but thankfully at the daycare, they checked the structure, and everything seemed okay. So the kids went back in, and then I think with the elementary school as
okay.
well, they let us know that they checked and everything was okay, and that they were going to go ahead and let the kids resume classes. But I imagine for my kids, they've never experienced that, so I'm sure they were scared.
Yeah, and I mean, I think kids these days, like me growing up in San Diego, we had 2 kind of drills, right? We had like a fire drill, we had an earthquake drill. Now the kids also have like, school shooting drills and all these other different drills and, evacuation drills. And I think sometimes we forget that we do live in earthquake country. We become kind of like immune
That's what I was
to
just
it.
saying, because
And
we're
now
talking
we're
about
looking at some security video
how
of
my
different
aunt was
people's
stacking up on
homes.
stuff,
And you can
with
really
all the
see, my mom and dad live in Del Mar still. And my
crazy
dad
weather
was home,
patterns
and
going on.
he
It was like it's
said
not
that
if,
it's
but
one of the
when.
worst he's felt. And they've lived in
And the
San
very
Diego
next day,
since
we get an
the
earthquake.
early
That's
60s,
crazy.
mid 60s. And when you look at this footage, we can see what he was describing to me was it was more of a shaking. A lot of times we feel like a rolling motion or a quick jolt. I imagine
This
the
was like
reason
a
why
rock,
you went all the way
like a
outside is
boat
because
was
it was a
rocking.
shaking that just wasn't really ending.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a sister-in-law and brother-in-law that live in a condo in downtown San Diego, and they're on the 5th floor. And for them, it was more of a rolling. Their whole building was kind of slowly rolling, but I know they felt it all the way down there. So
Yeah, they felt it
the shaking.
all the way up.
I've been in San Diego for a while, and I haven't had experienced an earthquake like this level in a long time. And then I felt a little bit of an aftershock quite a bit after I decided to go back into my main house to get some coffee, and felt the aftershock, and the roof kind of started making a weird creaking sound. So again, I ran outside again because it scared me again. I was like, I'm not taking my chances.
It's probably a good thing. I know you mentioned the creaky sound, and you live kind of in, in a ranch area. There's a lot of land right around you. Did you kind of walk around the house to see if there was any damage, or just kind of spooked about what happened?
Yeah, no, I walked around to make sure I didn't see any cracks and that everything looked okay. And we live near kind of a hillside that has a lot of boulders, and it's a easement area to preserve the naturalness of the area. So I just kind of looked around to make sure I didn't see any sort of boulders dislodge or anything that could be problematic, because if they roll down, our house is sort of on the bottom. So yeah, I just surveyed our pool, make sure I didn't see any cracks in the pool. But yeah, those were some of my main concerns.
Well, we're so glad you're okay, and thank you so much for joining us and letting us talk to you about everything. Glad your kiddos are okay, your husband's okay, and stay safe.
Thank you. Thanks so much, ladies. Take care.
Well, we continue with the breaking news right now. A 5.2 earthquake near Julian in San Diego County rocked parts of Southern California this morning.
With shaking also being felt in the Inland Empire, Los Angeles County, Orange County, and there have been at least 7 aftershocks.
Yep.
I want you to take a look at this video here showing the shaking inside of a home.
San Diego
This video was
County.
posted on social media. We've been seeing different videos being posted showing the shaking, showing some items that have, dropped, and people's reactions like this one.
This poor mom.
That shaking, I know, she did a great job though,
She did.
making sure her kid was okay.
Yeah, she just went right for that baby, and then you see the cat go after her, and then her husband follows suit. We want to get out to Assignment Desk Manager Mark Liu. He has more, including what Dr. Lucy Jones had to say this morning about the quake. Mark?
Yeah, so Christine, Kalina, lots of data coming in from the U.S. Geological Survey about this quake. The primary one, 5.2, happened about 10:08. This morning, there's been a swarm of aftershocks, including a 3.9 that happened just about 30 minutes ago. Let me give you an overview of where this is all happening. Come out to my screen. I'm going to show you data straight from the U.S. Geological Survey website. Okay, so the city of San Diego, down here, this is our major landmark, and about 40...
Making sure her kid was okay.
Is that like standard, that motion people detector? Is that standard in people's cameras, or is that like
parts of Southern California this morning?
With shaking also being felt in the Inland Empire, Los Angeles County, Orange County, and there have been at least 7 aftershocks.
I want you to take a look at this video here showing the shaking inside of a home.
I learned how to do Python.
Learned how to do
Python code for that motion detector thing. It's pretty cool.
Showing some items that have...
was the one that I highlighted in blue here. That's right in the community of Julian, a 5.2 at about 10:08. All of these orange ones around that you see to the north, that's an aftershock swarm that has been about the last 2 hours, most of them in the 2s, high 2s.
Waiting to hear from family in San Diego,
see how they are just about 30 minutes ago, about 23 minutes past the hour. This one down here to the south of the primary quake, that was yesterday, 3.3, so very likely a foreshock. Now, looking at this bit of data here, this is very interesting. It shows just how far and wide the earthquake was felt. All of these little boxes, they look like grains of sand across Southern California, are all instances of people reporting feeling this earthquake. Now, the blue boxes all through Southern California here, this is all considered light to very light shaking. Now, as we go down into the San Diego area, we're going to see something we haven't seen in a while. We've seen some yellow and greens here, which is moderate to strong shaking. And then right at the epicenter, there's actually some orange boxes which report people feeling very strong or severe shaking. Now, whenever there's an earthquake, I go to this page, and also Paul Diano over in the Weather Center, we immediately start putting our heads together because he has great access to data over on his computers in the Weather Center. And he noticed something before I did, that there are actually some reports of people feeling it in Phoenix. There are a couple of reports here, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. The people said that they felt it in the Phoenix area, and then if we zoom out even further and go up into Las Vegas, Nevada has 4 reports as well of people who said they felt this quake. And then over to the west, we see as far west as Santa Barbara and Lompoc. There's a very light shaking report right there in Lompoc, which is quite distant from the epicenter. Now, this swarm of aftershocks and the primary quake was discussed on a Zoom meeting with seismologist Lucy Jones. Take a listen to what she had to say about this one.
Every earthquake could be a foreshock to something bigger. We haven't found any characteristic that says this is or will or won't be a foreshock. Essentially, a foreshock is a main shock that happened to have a really big aftershock. There was a foreshock to this earthquake. There was a 3.5 yesterday afternoon. The chance that this 5.2 would itself be a foreshock to something bigger is still the same. It's about 5% chance. So it means, 19 out of 20 times what you're seeing is the biggest one. 1 out of 20 times it's followed by something bigger.
Now, Governor Gavin Newsom says he has been briefed on this incident. The California Governor's Office of Emergency Services is working with local agencies to assist with any possible damage, but we don't know of any damage beyond things being knocked off the shelves. We saw that video in Julian of the liquor store with the bottles knocked over, and of course that woman who rushed out of her living room during that quake. We don't know of any reports of any injuries. That's really the best news to hear about this, but I will say that one thing that is important for people transiting through Orange County into San Diego on the Metrolink lines, Orange County line train 608 from San Clemente to Oceanside is currently suspended because they want to check those tracks. If you remember, Kalina and Christine, those are the tracks that run right by the beach. And previously in 2022,
I didn't even think about that.
there was some
Like railroad tracks, the damage to railroad tracks and train systems. Like if there's like a little bump that could derail the train.
That could impede a Metrolink train going through there, but thankfully no reports of any severe damage either in Julian at the epicenter or really anywhere else out throughout Southern California.
Supposed to be stronger than that.
And I remember working down there in San Diego, and that's one of the spots that if anything happened weather-wise, we were always sent to those train tracks because of the landslides, because of the rain, because of the damage that could happen. So it's no surprise that they have to go ahead and
Are you
inspect,
AI generated defense, 90 plus
area.
speed, everybody?
And they have put some mesh up there now that's
Say
really
that.
kind of controlled the landslide that's coming down.
Lucky
Because
deflected that
if you
too.
live, I'm from that area. I'm from the coast, and those hillsides are not, they're eroding, they're moving a lot. It's kind of like tough sand more than it is like an actual hill. But the video you're seeing there is the a liquor store where some bottles came off the shelves, but we'll see a mom pick up her baby and run out of there. She did say there was a crack in her ceiling. So while we haven't had any major damage, any major injuries, we could see people having some impacts to their homes. In fact, years ago, the Northridge quake, of all quakes, actually cracked my parents' pool all the way down in San Diego. So you never quite know how it's going to impact the homes and the buildings there. But thankfully, it looks like everyone is okay.
Yeah. And, we've been talking about Julian just as, a location itself. It's a small community. We've been saying that all morning. It has a population of about 1,700 people. It's a mountain town. People are known. I remember when I was working down there, I just go up there to, get the fresh air, look at the scenery, travel along Main Street, eat the apple pie like Christine and Amy were talking about earlier. So it's a very quiet town. This is probably the most action they've gotten in a very long time because not a lot happens in that area in particular. So again, we're going to keep you updated throughout the morning when it comes to this earthquake. We have Amy Johnson now getting situated to take over. But this, again, is rocking the San Diego County area. More than 38,000 people reporting that they felt this earthquake when it hit just after 10:08 this morning. It was downgraded to a 5.2 earthquake. So many people are so familiar with San Diego in general and just so familiar with this particular area too. So we'll continue our coverage right now with Amy Johnson.
This is KCAL News, Los Angeles.
I see.
Now at noon, we continue to follow breaking news. A 5.2 earthquake near San Diego this morning with shaking felt across Southern California. Hello and welcome to KCAL News at noon and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Amy Johnson. We do want to begin with the breaking
AI
news.
generated
That 5.2
in the right place.
earthquake near Julian in San Diego County rocked parts of Southern California this morning just after 10 o'clock.
Why are the passes so...
With shaking being felt
Ooh,
in
he
Inland
almost got it
Empire,
over.
Los Angeles County, and Orange County.
How does he have two?
There have been at
Nah.
least 7
How does he have...
aftershocks.
Oh, he did score twice.
Assignment desk manager Mark Liu has more, including what Dr. Lucy Jones had to say this morning. Mark?
Yeah, that's right, Amy. We've been covering this earthquake all morning here at the desk, gathering a ton of data from the U.S. Geological Survey website. This was a 5.2 magnitude earthquake, initially reported as a 6.0, but then downgraded after being reviewed by a seismologist. Happened at about 10:08 this morning in the community of Julian. That's about 40 miles to the northeast of San Diego. No reports of any major damage yet or injuries, but thousands of people felt it, and we certainly saw it on our KCAL Seismocam. Let me show you that right now. This is video of that waveform. You can see there all 5 sensors, Anaheim, Long Beach, Los Angeles, San Bernardino, and San Diego felt this magnitude 5.2 quake just after 10 this morning. And it really registered all across Southern California. In just a second, I'm going to show you just how far and wide this quake was felt, even into other states and into Mexico as well. Now, if you come out to my screen, I'm going to give you a better idea of where this was located.
If I don't score right here,
this is the U.S. Geological Survey website, and I'm going to zoom in on this cluster here. But first, let me first identify what we're looking at here. This is the city of San Diego, and it's 40 miles to the north here in the community of Julian right here. If we zoom in, this dot right here, that was the main quake, 5.2, as I said, just after 10. These orange dots all around here in this area, these are aftershocks, including one just about 45 minutes ago at 3.9. That's the largest aftershock we have seen so far. Then there was this one. This was actually yesterday, a 3.3, possibly a foreshock. Now, really, just to give you an idea of just how far and wide this was felt, take a look at the Did You Feel It Shake map. All of these tiny, tiny little squares, these are all examples of people who self-reported to the U.S. Geological Survey that they felt it all across Southern California. Blue indicates light shaking. Green, you start to get a little bit heavier as we go through Riverside County down here. And as I move into the San Diego area, yellow is strong shaking. So we can see just to the west of the epicenter and down here in San Diego, there's some reports of strong shaking. And then, of course, right here in the center of your screen, if I zoom in, you're going to see there are some people that reported very strong shaking, severe shaking right here in an area called Harrison Park. Now, Paul Diano over in the Weather Center, whenever there's an earthquake, we put our heads together, start gathering data. He noticed that there were people in the Phoenix region who said they felt the earthquake here, here, and here. And then to the north as well, in the Las Vegas, Nevada area, we've got reports up there. At least 4 people wrote into the U.S. Geological Survey that they felt it in the Las Vegas area. And then all the way to the west, if I zoom out and go over here into Lompoc, there's actually one person right there in the Mission Hills area of Lompoc that felt it as well. So tens of thousands of people, certainly through Southern California, reported that they had felt this. Now, seismologist Lucy Jones talked about this earthquake and the foreshocks and the aftershocks on a Zoom meeting a short time ago. Let me play some of what she had to say.
Every earthquake could be a foreshock to something bigger. We haven't found any characteristic that says this is or will or won't be a foreshock. Essentially, a foreshock is a main shock that happened to have a really big aftershock. There was a foreshock to this earthquake. There was a 3.5 yesterday afternoon.
And get back to it. Hey, I need the commentators to hype me up a little bit. The commentators. It's no fun without the commentators.
Derek Ray, your match commentator, and alongside providing all the tactical and technical analysis,
all right, 5.2.
And what we have coming up for you is live action from division rivals. Stuart, your expectations?
Well, Derek, when looking forward to this game, you can't help but notice there are some great matchups all over the pitch, particularly in those central areas. Whichever team wins more of those battles will win the game.
Hello? What's going on with my defense, man? What's up with my passes, man?
And snuffed out the danger immediately. Martinelli.
Defense, what are you doing?
Take advantage. Oh yes, a goal. Exactly what they were.
What happened to my team?
And he's come up with it.
Oh, I know why. Cause I'm in div. Yeah, I know why. Cause this is, you have to literally buy a team. If you don't buy packs, get players. You're gonna.
Neymar.
Huh?
Well, it's a good-looking position. Is there a goal in the future? Takes it on.
What happened? We're gonna have to restructure this whole lineup. We're gonna have to restructure this whole lineups, figure out what's going on. Let's figure it out. Gonna figure this out today.
Welcome along to an evening that was made for football. The pitch is in great order too. My name's Guy Mowbray.
Figure
Sue
this out
Smith is
today.
alongside me for commentary, and the focus here is on division rivals action. How do you see this one going, Sue?
Thanks, Guy. I'm anticipating a good match today. It's important they get off to a good start, play their way into the game, be confident on the ball, and hopefully we won't be disappointed.
This is the home side's team today. Alex Ramiro is the goalkeeper. Lotta
It's in the
Shelley
front.
starts with
No,
Jairzinho
it's in the
at
back.
wide, and the main striker in the team is Alessandro Del Piero. This is how the visitors start the game. Tim Howard starts in goal. Lisandro Martinez starts alongside Virgil van Dijk in central defence. And they've decided to go with two in attack for this game.
Give him a card.
He's had a ticking off, but he hasn't been cautioned.
I think that's good officiating. He knows one more and he's in the book. An early yellow would have meant he's treading on eggshells.
Really good pass. Have a go here. And they go short with the corner. Promising position this. Great chance here.
What a pass. What a touch. What a goal. What a pass. What a touch. What a goal. There's my boy Nunez.
Starts with the score 1-0. Steven Gerrard. Curtis Jones. Omare Sawa. Jones.
Hey.
It's in.
Hey.
The frenetic start.
Hey.
All square once again. Incredible.
Hey. You guys do it.
And away we go again at 1-1. Kolo Muani. Well, it was looking good, but ultimately nothing doing.
Man, come on, man. You're on the wrong side. We doing that.
Perfectly anticipated. Really well won.
Hey. You guys chill out, man. You're stressing me out.
Put under real pressure there and it counted. Played their way into danger here.
Oh, that's not properly away.
What? What?
Well, the sense it's just a matter of time before they do score here. Certainly piling the pressure on now. Really should be ahead.
Del Piero.
Oh, nice, nice.
Genuine chance.
What?
Off the keeper, off the post, and danger averted. From a long way out. Well, in the end, it didn't give the keeper much trouble at all. Bit sloppy in possession. Jairzinho.
Take away the passing lanes. Let's play smart, man.
Pass
Just
was
chill out.
read and the ball has
Just chill
changed
out.
hands.
I was too like not playing squad battles no more.
Sandro
Can't
Tonali.
just try to run past everybody.
Takes it on, and they take the lead.
Yo,
Well, off the
Bomba
bench
Clot
and onto the
Biscuit, man.
score sheet. What a way to make an impact.
Stop playing with the boy and him. I need to, need to call him
And the game
Muande
restarts with
in
the
the
score
building.
now
No
2-1.
wonder my squad was off. That was a problem.
Darwin Nunez. Jairzinho. Omare Sawa. Looks a good ball. Oh, they looked in there.
That's Van
nicely
Dijk
cut
right
out.
there. Tripping.
Kolo
A foul?
Muani. Gets past really nicely. Nunez. Shellen given plenty of room here. And able to come away with the ball.
Here's the defense. Here's the defense showing up. Let's go. Let's go. Make your decision. Let's go. Ah.
And that's nicely won to see off the threat. Alessandro Del Piero. Omare Sawa.
Skirt. Ooh,
Little
defense
sloppy on
showing
the ball
up.
there.
Got lucky.
A move of real promise now, and it's on now, and it's there! A goal that draws them back on level terms.
Oh, yeah?
All square once more. Is there to be more goals here?
Of course there is.
Kolo Muani.
Come on,
There's a
Aldi,
chance for the
get there.
breakaway here.
Why are you so far off in the middle?
Del Piero. To take the lead. Oh, you can't
I hate
stop
this
them now.
AI-generated
They've got another
spam
in double quick time.
buttons. They need a fit,
Well,
man.
here's the replay, and it's a nice
Just
through
play
ball
better.
to split the defence. And it makes a striker's job relatively easy.
But I hate how you can just
All he has
spam
to do is
buttons and
make
like
the right
get
connection.
control
It's a
of the
really
ball.
good goal.
Sweet.
Well, that was not where the pass was intended to go. Randall Kolo Muani.
Spin move.
A terrific tackle. The chance has gone.
Should have just shot it, man.
And the referee's whistle brings the first 45 minutes to a close. So away we go then for the second half. Jones. Gianluca Zambrotta. Out of play. Throw in to come. Nunez.
Oh, you're supposed to keep
Hard work
running,
pays off. They've won the
Tolani.
ball.
Tonali.
Jones. Sauer. Steven Gerrard. Good ball. And still danger here.
Bro,
But
what
it's
is
in
going
at the
on?
second
My
time of
defense, bro.
asking.
Players are just
Where was
moving.
his defense? That is
Weird.
inexcusable.
And the act. Oh, okay.
And the game gets going again
Chemistry's
at
off,
4-2. Messi.
Dude, I'm too like. I just want to play. I don't feel like messing with the formation so much.
Found nicely and in. Del Piero. Great defending. What a chance. Well, there's another. And
See
they're
what I'm talking
running
about?
away with it now. It's become a question of just how many they'll get.
See what I'm talking about?
Well, here we can see it again, and she does so well to skip past the marker. That's what opens up the opportunity, and in cool as you like in the finish.
Alessandro Del Piero working hard to win it back there. Messi goes for goal. Oh, just over. If only that could have been hit from a metre or so further back. Out for a throw with a little deflection on its
Pressure.
way.
What do you mean? I just carry the ball out of bounds and then say it's their ball.
Shelly. Homare Sauer. Jones. Oh, good defending, just when it was looking threatening. Nunez. Can he finish? Oh, excellent work from the keeper to deny a promising looking attack.
But if that was him, the ball would have bounced
Homare
out
Sauer.
and he would have scored. Hey, what AI generated code are y'all
great
using,
chance.
man? Share.
Del Piero. Great chance here.
Nope,
Oh,
Van Dijk's too smart for
crucial
that.
tackle to deal with the danger.
No, AI did it.
Adley. Excellent reading of the game to win the ball. Gusto. Adley. Messi. And able to come away with the ball.
I'm so done.
Shellin. Going to try her luck. And the goalkeeper does what he's there to do. Messi.
Not gonna lose this anyways. Let's get one in.
Nunez.
Or not.
Gianluca Zambrotta. Curtis Jones. Gerrard. Jones. It's in! And of course it's in! It's a masterclass in finishing to complete his hat-trick.
Well, if we watch this again, you can see he's under all sorts of pressure, but still manages to keep his cool and he finishes it off well.
Promising looking ball. They've given it away here.
They like they put you against teams. They like do this on purpose. I swear they do this on purpose. They're like, buy some packs. Buy some packs. You're gonna keep losing unless you buy some packs.
In the right position to cut
Unless
out
you
the
get
pass.
2 icons, you're gonna keep losing. Go buy some packs. I promise you, I promise you. This is usually around the time I've been it's not like I've been playing FIFA for like that long.
Amare Sawa. Oh, that's been won really
I know
smartly.
enough. Actually, what I made? Yeah, it says I made my account 2020. So
Good work to beat the marker. What
look,
a chance
see?
here.
I'm telling you, bro. It's
Oh,
like
this is
you
getting
can't get
unbelievable.
past a certain. I
It
mean,
is
you
an
can.
absolute thrashing.
You can.
Well, if we
But
take another
it's
look, he just glides past his man. The defender just
I'm
can't
not
live
that
with him.
bad at
And as
this
soon
game.
as he's
I
through
know I'm not that
1v1
bad
with
at
the
this game.
goalkeeper, he just goes for power and
I'll show you guys
smashes
right now.
it in
I'm
the
not
net.
that bad at this
It's a
game. Watch.
quality finish.
Untidy in possession there.
My anticipation, defense, and everything is just off. It's killing me.
And a really cheap corner conceded. In fact, gifted away.
Why is Garnacho?
And it's a short one. Martinez. Perfectly anticipated. Really well won. Lionel Messi.
This game is broken.
Jones. He takes it on. And the game comes to an end with the home fans in positive mood. That's the win they came to see.
Well, it was a very assured performance, wasn't it?
You're really gonna make me do this, huh? Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's do it. Let's get everybody out of here. It's not working. You stay, you stay, you stay, you stay. You stay. You might have to stay. I got other yeah, I already have Martinez in there, huh? No, see what happened. Okay, let me see. Let me figure this out. Let me figure this out. Trash out. If I do this here, I do this, I do this. Let's try that. Hot Cheeto for some power.
A warm welcome to Celtic Park in the East End of Glasgow. My name's Guy Mowbray, and I'm joined by Sue Smith on the gantry, and we've got action from division rivals coming right up. Sue, what are your expectations from this?
Thanks, Guy. Well, both managers will be reminding the players that it's important to get off to a quick start, really attack the opposition and put them on the back foot from the off. Hopefully we'll get a good game.
Found nicely and in. And still danger here. And it's held with a real sense of relief.
Yeah, he gathers it well at the second attempt, but what a save initially. It's a superb stop.
Here's how United line up today. Gianluigi Buffon starts in goal. Curtis Jones starts with Mohamed Salah in the wide positions, and they're playing with just one up front. And the ball is lost. Problems now for them. This is the lineup for the visitors. Tim Howard starts in goal. Virgil van Dijk plays alongside Lisandro Martinez as the centre-backs. Kevin De Bruyne plays alongside Martin Odegaard in central midfield.
That's a massive opportunity here.
That's not a bad save at all. Excellent reading of the game to win the ball. Now there could be something on in a moment. Nunez, chance for the lead. And that was a real chance, an early chance, but it's been missed.
It has, and he should have scored. He'll have to refocus now because there's a long time left in this game.
It's no great surprise who we've picked out to have a look at here. What are we expecting to see from him today, Sue?
Well, there's plenty of facets to his game, but he's just brilliant at set pieces. It takes a lot of practice to be so efficient, but whenever they get a free kick around the box, you just think it's going to be a goal.
Neither side doing a good job of holding onto the ball. Zola. So much room out wide now for Zola. And that's a shame for them. Nothing doing. Zola. And this could be. And there's the opener. The all-important first goal of the game.
Well, here's the replay, and you have to say it has been coming. They've been putting an awful lot of pressure on their opponents. They've been creating chances too, and you just felt...
This to level it. And the keeper more than equal to it. Not so much given away as cleverly won.
Can he finish? It's taken a little deflection. Now a throw-in. That's not a bad-looking ball. Read the pass well and cuts it out. Oh, they looked in there. That's nicely cut out. Zola. Del Piero. The ball is lost, and the chance has gone too. Kevin De Bruyne. Zola. In behind, can he finish? And he scored! A debut goal, a great way to start. So away we go again at 2-0 now. Oh, they've lost it. The attack is over. Oh, he didn't get that right. There could be punishment coming. And that foul has resulted in a booking.
Well, it wasn't the best challenge, was it? Had to be a yellow.
And possession given away. Trying to place it inside the post, but just a whisker away on this occasion. Raul. Beaten easily here. Well, he caught that with everything he's got, but it's missed the target handsomely. Nunez. That's gone out of play. Throw in to come. United regaining possession. Possession lost just at the point of something happening. He's in here. Maybe now. Oh, great block. Alessandro Del Piero. And the shot thwarted. Brilliantly anticipated. That was looking really dangerous. Oh, good defending, just when it was looking threatening. Zola. Zola. What a chance here. And further clear they go. There's surely no throwing this.
warm welcome on what is a lovely evening for football. I'm Guy Mowbray and Sue Smith is alongside me for commentary, and we've got action from division rivals coming right up. Sue, what are we going to get from this one?
Thanks, Guy. I'm anticipating a good match today. It's important they get off to a good start, play their way into the game, be confident on the ball, and hopefully we won't be disappointed.
Here's the lineup for the Spicy Boys. Nikola Milenkovic plays alongside Virgil van Dijk in central defence, and they're playing with just one up front. Real opportunity, and there it is! 1-0 already! So off we go at 1-0. Milenkovic. Zola. Just needs the composure now. Oh, they scored again! The game had only just restarted after the last one. Nunez. The defence has done its job to stop any trouble brewing. Gianfranco Zola. And this could be. And they're 3 in front now. What a performance this has been so far. So it's 3-0 as the game restarts. Joel Poyanpolo. Nunez. Down nicely and in. A goal. Well, that's upset the majority inside this ground.
Well, here it is again, and he shows his quality to beat his man, finds a yard of space, and then his finish. It's quality, that.
Till. Nicely sets it up. Having a try. Oh, excellent work from the keeper to deny a promising looking attack. Over it comes, and that one should easily be cleared. Nunez. Decent move looked to be building, but that's it for now. An attack of genuine promise from Spicy Boys. Right position to cut out the pass. Zola. Zola! And maybe not the best idea to go for the blast. Accuracy sacrificed for power. Zola. Untidy in possession there. Gianfranco Zola. What a place to lose the ball just when the chance was on. Nunez. And that has been adjudged to be offside. Could get it over now. And it crosses the line for a corner. Here it comes. Excellent reading of the game to win the ball. Martin Odegaard. Gianfranco Zola. Zola. And he'll take this on. Oh, superb reflexes.
trouble the keeper, but they'll have to settle for a corner. And the corner is fired in. Well, they could still do something here. Breaking at pace, this could be dangerous. Oh, excellent vision. Well, he's lost the ball, and any chance has gone. Gianfranco Zola. Zola. That set up the chance. Well held, but it was played right into his zone. Martin Odegaard. Now De Bruyne. Polo. Spicy boys give the ball away. And that has stopped any potential danger. To reduce the deficit. And it's in. And it really is happening for them now. They're right back in the contest.
Well, if we take another look, he just glides past his man. The defender just can't live with him. And I couldn't see him missing from there. He made a strong connection. It's a nice goal, that.
Careless play. Spicy boys have lost it. And superb technique to get past his man. Polo. Good work to recover possession. Oh, not a bad try at all.
Well, that's unlucky. It's not far away, but they'll be hoping that they don't rue these missed opportunities.
And on that whistle, the first half comes to an end. Ball is rolling and the second half is underway. Well, it was looking good, but ultimately nothing doing. And they could get caught out on the break here. Fantastic looking ball. Just needs the composure now. Well, this is a once-in-a-season
Chippy set,
thing.
chippy.
It is a complete comeback from being 3 goals
Little
behind.
chippy.
Well, here it is again,
Stop
and
playing
it's
for
a
the boy.
lovely ball in behind. And then the finish
I need
is
this Dubsky.
just a bit
Yo.
of class. He knows exactly what he wants to do, and then executes it to perfection. It's a brilliant goal.
Man got nervous. Man got a little
Back
nervous.
underway in what's been a remarkable game so far. Do they have one more goal in them?
Well, it looks like a change in tact here. You can tell by the position of the wingers. They're holding their width, hoping to create some gaps in between. They'll need to move the ball quickly, though, to be successful.
Well, it did look promising, but threat averted. Odegaard.
Hey, come on.
In behind, can he finish? Odegaard. Virgil van Dijk. Now De Bruyne. The Spicy boys struggling to keep the ball.
I got a little nervous.
Nunez. What a chance.
Man got a little nervous.
Incredible touch.
Man's got a little
All
nervous.
the way. They now have the lead when nobody gave them a prep.
Man got a little
Pass was
nervous.
read and the ball has changed hands. Gianfranco Zola. Now this has to be. Oh, crucial tackle to deal with the danger. De Bruyne. Gonna try his luck.
No, I pressed
That's
triangle.
pretty
What was
straightforward
that?
for the keeper. Switched on and ready to intercept there. Counter-attack coming, away they go. Possession lost just at the point of something happening. Nunez. A chance to get something going here, but able to deal with the danger decisively. Well defended. Joel Poyanpolo. Promising looking ball.
I'm telling you, that's the wrong side, buddy.
Lovely weighted pass. The ball has been lost here. Gianfranco Zola. Could be a chance to break here. But that's where any chance of anything developing disappears. Possession really is all for them now. Zola. Nicely played through. Oh, what a really good save that was. Read the pass well and cuts it out. De Bruyne. On to Odegaard. Showing good width with this attack. But it will now be tidied up and cleared away. There could be something building for Spicy Boys here. It's all getting a bit scrappy. Hold on to the ball is the coach's shout.
Ah, I thought he was going to commit to that. It's over.
Gianfranco Zola. Poyanpolo. That's careless in possession from Spicy Boys. Oh, chance here. That's not a bad save at all.
I think that's what we need. We need that thread on that right side. Huh? Oh, we need that thread on that side. We just need to hang on.
The box it goes. It's a corner. And the look at the clock tells them that it has to be a good one. And somehow he's been denied. Superb work. Being pressed here. Genuine chance. Off the post. Well, that was looking good, but nothing to come from it.
Well, they created a really good chance to equalise there, and there's not long left now. But they've got to keep pushing to that final whistle and just hope that they get another chance.
How to play. Throw in to come. Zola.
Scored 3 goals in 5 minutes. Haven't scored since, baby. Oh, man, what I say? You scored 3, I can score 4. You scored 4, I can score 5. You scored 3, I can score. Ooh, yo, bomba clap biscuit, man. Whatever you could do, I could do better.
Really nice finish.
That's how we play, man. You gotta keep that confidence up.
Oh, they looked in there. That's
It's not
nicely
over
cut
till
out.
it's over.
Nunez. Now De Bruyne. No way through with that. So that will do it.
What a game.
Disappointing result, whichever way you slice it. Sue, your thoughts on that performance?
Well, they'll be disappointed with not just the result, but also the way that they played. They were a bit sloppy for me. The midfield
Told you
never
we just had,
really dictated the
for real,
game. And it's just how
we
they
just had to
react from
switch
this now.
the dudes around. I had the wrong. Ooh. No shot. 209 Huncho. Oh man, I'd be mad.
Fantastic looking ball. Just needs the composure now. Well, this is a once-in-a-season thing. It is a complete comeback from being 3 goals behind. Nunez. What a chance. And the most incredible Zola. Oh, a great chance. It's in. And of course it's in.
Gee, we're gonna end it on that note. Made it to the next checkpoint. Almost halfway there. We just had to move the squad around a little bit. Yeah, see, I had Odegaard and we had all of them in there. That's what we had. I'm just trying to figure out. All right. Trying to figure something out real quick before we get off. kiddos back. Yes, I had Aldi in there, but let me see some. Kovacic. Need somebody with speed. It works though for now. Whew. Sound like a police chase going by. Alrighty then. That was chillage. That was chillage. That was chillage. Y'all be safe out there. Get some. Let me get a little bag. I'm gonna prep a little bag or something for on the go, cause I was just in case. You know what I mean? It's better to be safe. You know. So I'm not gonna pretend like we didn't just have an earthquake, and I'm not gonna pretend like, oh yes, you know, more. It's more than likely that I was, because we had an earthquake yesterday and we already had a smaller aftershock, so it's more than likely be all right. But we should get some stuff together just in case. All right, that was a game. Golazo. Big show. We out of here. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the day.